G'day guys, Jeff Vlahovic here again in the park to talk about push-ups. We'll take it a little bit further than push-ups and turn this into a whole chest workout. The first thing we'll talk about are push-ups and how important they are. Well, I know a lot of you are already doing push-ups. We're going to talk more about form, not numbers. Because a lot of people try and do push-ups in the way that they can do a lot of push-ups, and hence their push-ups aren't really good form. So we'll look at the form of push-ups, and then we'll look at a couple of other workouts that you can do for your chest in the park. Let's get into it. Okay, so a couple of things to know about push-ups. First of all, if you can't do one straight up without your knees, that's okay. You can start off by using your knees. Don't get scared of push-ups. They really are good for you. So start off on your knees and then gradually move your knees further and further away from your hands until you can do one where you're just on your feet. And for those who can already do it on your feet, we should be on one foot and crossing that over. Why is that? It supports your lower back. So it makes your muscles all the way up your back tighter. So there's no bouncing in your lower back. Because that bouncing effect, it might not hurt you now, but in 10 years from now when you've got a sore lower back from doing lots of push-ups where your back's going up and down like this, you're not going to like it at all. So get your legs crossed, and that just tightens all that up, so you're just like one plank. The next important thing is to get your hands in a good position where you're going to get the maximum use out of this push-up. About shoulder width is generally okay, but a little bit wider is probably best. So get a little bit wider than shoulder width, so that when you're coming down, your arms can form a 90-degree angle. Too far out, and you're not going to get the full effect because you're not going as far through the motion. Too close in, well, that's a different kind of push-up that we'll talk about in a second. We want to get your best out of your average push-up, hands just a bit outside of your shoulders. And when you're going down, make sure that you get your head, chest and body all the way to the ground at the same time in one motion. So nothing like this, also nothing like this, and definitely not these little ones where nothing gets to the floor. So you want to get all the way to the floor and make sure, as I said, your whole body, head, chest and abs, and even almost your knees to the floor in one go. Best way to do that is to try and touch your nose on the floor. And make sure you're breathing so you can do as many as you possibly can. But as I mentioned earlier, it's not about how many you can do, it's the quality. So make sure you're following this simple guide, getting all the way down, all the way up, squeeze at the top, and even if you can only do 10 where you'd normally do 50 of these, for example, I can do over 100 like this, and I can only do about 40 like this, but I get the maximum out of doing those 40. So make sure you've got your form right and get into the push-ups. If you want to get the most out of your sets, aim for a number. So say it was 40, and say after 2 sets I'm starting to get a bit tired, and I can only make it to 30. That's okay. Picture yourself doing a bench press for starters, where you do one, and push it up like it's got 100 kilos or 200 kilos on it. Rest, push again. If it's still too much for you, you can go into rest position, which is where you put your butt up in the air, and you just rest. Take turns to rest your arms like this. Get that lactic acid out of your chest and keep going. So you can reach that target number, 40 or whatever it be. So once again, I really hope you got something out of this video. And if you can take one thing away, just remember, when it comes to push-ups, quality is much more important than quantity. For more videos on other body parts, other muscles, diet and exercise, if you're not already at my website, it's www.jeffvlahovic.com.